Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. This has nothing to do with me or the channel, but I thought it was cool. S550 Fixes in the shop with his new Blazer. That's not what the video is about. I got to show it off because it's cool. And we're doing, well, I'm not doing it. He's just in the shop using it today. But Justin, you're putting the front drive shaft in it? Yeah. And you got to do a universal joint and stuff like that. So this is going to be going on in the background. We might spotlight it a little bit here. But what year Blazer is it?
89.
89 Blazer 350. It's going to be cool. He's going to do a lot of work to it. His channel is S550 Fix. He's got ridiculously fast Roush supercharged Mustang and this, so definitely go check it out. The link will be in the bio, but without further ado, let's talk about this new engine. All right, guys, so here is the Burnout truck's new engine. This is a 5.3 out of a 2004 Silverado. Now, it has 130,000 miles on it. We're getting ready to tear it down. Haven't seen the inside. We got a good deal on it. Austin, the mechanic, actually knows the guy who we bought it from, and it's apparently solid motor, needs an oil pump. And that was it with it. It didn't run out of oil pressure. It just had low oil pressure. So we're thinking it was the oil pump. We're hoping so. We're going to check clearance in the bearings and everything like that to make sure that was the case. But they're known for it. I mean, it could have been the sensor too. You know, we'll look into that. But what I'm going to do today is tear into this and make sure everything's good with it. I'll take the heads off, front cover. Actually, I might just end up having to take the heads off of it because I don't know if I've got my puller. But we're going to get into this today, and then we've got some more parts for the Burnout truck I want to get into. But this is where I want to start, so let's start tearing into this motor.
I already spelled already.
Look how clean this is. If you guys remember the last video when we took the Burnout truck valve covers off, they were terrible. So look inside of that. I want to show you that. Now let me show you guys what the 4-point grates valve covers look like. And it was a lot worse. Hopefully it focuses in on that. It was nasty. So I have good feelings about this motor, especially looking into the valve covers. We think it's fine. You know, we know the guy said it was cool, so we're going to find out for sure. But what I got to do now, and of course, we went through this with tearing down the 4-point grate. Got to undo the rocker arms, and then I can get in here to the heads, and we can pull the heads off and look down inside of the physical block. That's it. Got an extension on it with a 15 already on it. But there is the rocker arms for this side. So now, I bet you this is going to be a clean motor. I got a good feeling about it. So now we got to take your head bolts out, which I got to take the exhaust manifolds off right here, and then I can get, you've got 15s on the bottom, 15s in the middle, and you got 12s up there on the top. So I got all the bolts off the head. Pull it up off of here and see what we're working with. All right, so actually it looks pretty good. It's got a good bit of carbon buildup in here, but there's no rust. It doesn't look like the head gasket was bad and that it was leaking at all. And just off the bat, and I'll have to turn the motor over to feel everywhere. I don't feel any scarring or see anything visible. So we'll, like I said, I'll clean these up a little bit and we should be all right. But biggest thing is gonna be checking the clearance on the bearings and making sure we're okay there. Because it's not like the Cateye, where we're gonna be driving the truck every weekend, it's just for the burnouts, I'm not really too concerned about it. So I've got the Melling high pressure oil pump on the way, the big one, like I think the part number 1095. So if it is just a little bit lower on oil pressure, then that should compensate for it. We should have plenty. We're only really trying to get the 2 hits out of it. We're trying to get Bradenton, the first Bradenton Cleetus and Cars, and then the Indianapolis Cleetus and Cars out of it. We'll pull it back out and rebuild it for the November one. So we're just trying to make it last through that. But we'll look into it, of course, and make sure it'll at least hold up to that. But let's pull the other side off and make sure it looks just as good as this side. stage 3 cam. All right, so we got the other head loose. Let's go ahead and pull it up off of here. Oh yeah, it's good. So, same story, carbon buildup, but it doesn't look like the head gasket was leaking at all on this side. There's no rust down in there. And of course, like I said, I got to turn the motor over to feel for any. They're really smooth, it feels good. So that, I'm really happy with that. That's kind of what I was hoping for, was I was gonna open this up and this is really clean. I'll pull the valley cover off of it here. And I don't have my puller, so I'm gonna have to come back and get my puller, and I'll put that in the video when we go to put like the cam in it and everything. But I did go with the stage 4 truck cam, and I looked back and forth and I considered doing an even bigger cam like the, I think it was a 228, 232 cam, but the problem is when you start getting much bigger than the stage 4, the power band moves up so high, and that's not necessarily what we want. We need the power band a little bit closer to the bottom, and I did 111 LSA, but I got the 3000 stall converter. That's gonna help us out being the power band during the burnout. So stage 4 cam, like I said, I got the new valve springs, the new oil pump, and the stall converter. That's probably gonna be about the gist of what we're gonna put in here, but we'll talk a little bit more about the parts here in just a minute. Let me pull this center valley cover off and look down inside of there. That looks pretty good. Look down in there. So it looks pretty clean. I'm really happy with this. And like I said, I need to drain the oil out of it and look inside of the oil pan. I'm pretty confident by the top end how the bottom end's gonna look. So I'm gonna leave this be for now. Of course, when I go back up with it, I'll film it, but I wanna talk about some parts that come in for the burnout truck today for the interior. All right, guys, so like I promised, racing seats for the burnout truck. I got them actually sooner than I had anticipated. I actually imagined having the motor in and the full interior for a little bit, but got the racing seats, got a good deal on them from my boss actually, and they have covers to go with them, but they look so good without the covers, I might just roll with the plastic. And they are ridiculously light, and I know compared to the stock seats, it's gonna be significant weight savings, especially after all the weight that we shaved off of it in the last video. So we'll have to make some bracket systems for these seats, but they should bolt up pretty nice. I might have to raise them up off the ground a little bit just because of the height of the dash on the truck and stuff like that. But got the racing seats here. We're gonna put the harness bar in the back so I can run the harnesses through the seat and stuff like that. So that's probably about all I'm gonna do for today's video, mainly because we got the Blazer still in here and Justin's still working on it. But I wanted to give you guys an update that we got the motor in here and I got all the parts on order, hoping to have them by the end of the week. Look at the next video. We'll actually pull the interior out of the burnout truck and get the engine bay ready for this. We'll have it completely ready to go. All we got to do is get the parts for this, get it together, and then it can go back in there. So the plan for this week, especially in the next video, is to have the burnout truck 100% ready for its new engine, and then we'll start trying to get the brackets together for the interior. So I appreciate you guys watching. Drop any comments, questions you got down below. Go follow me over on Instagram at Austin04_Z71, which I got it right last time. I'll get it right eventually. So I appreciate you guys watching. Take care. Have a great day.